Hey everyone, it is Amanda Nicole and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing something a little different. As you can see, I have no makeup on. What we are doing is I picked out all the products that are the most expensive from my collection. So most expensive primer, most expensive eyeshadow palette, most expensive foundation, and so on. And I'm going to use all of those products and show you what I have and let you know what I think as well. So if you want to go ahead and see what look I create, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I don't know about you, but I feel like I am more tired now than I was when I was actually working. Oh, I feel like I have so much like more darkness under my eyes than normal and everything, and I don't even know why. You would think, you know, being inside. But today marks 3 weeks and a day since I have been back to work. The first week I was actually on vacation. I was visiting my sister in Texas kind of right before everything blew up and during everything blowing up, to coming back home and not being back to work since. So it's definitely been rough. I don't like sitting at home. I'm the kind of person that loves to go out and do things. I hate being confined to one spot, but making the best of it. I'm trying to exercise more. Definitely getting into the filming and doing my makeup. That's my one place to get away and forget everything else going on. I hope that's the same way with you guys who like to watch these videos. I know for me, I like to sit down and watch my people that I am subscribed to as well, just because it helps me get away from everything. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first product I'm going to be using is the primer. This is the Cover FX Gripping Primer. This is a $39 primer. That is a lot for a primer. This was something that I binged on. Binge probably isn't the right word. This is just something that I just like leaped into and bought because I was just tired of my skin feeling oily. I don't necessarily have large pores. I just have oily skin in my T-zone, and I just noticed my foundation just slides everywhere and I'm tired of it. This primer is really good because I feel like you can feel the grip as you're putting it on, but I feel like it really helps my foundation stay. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that. Alright, so now that my primer is all pushed in, the foundation I'm going to go in with is my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. This retails for $43. It looks like it's going to be probably a little dark since I haven't gotten much sun lately, but since it's the most expensive foundation, we are sticking with that, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and use. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that now.
Yes, I'll come back to you, then
right, so now that I have the foundation on, I think it feels really good. It's not cakey. You still can see some of my texture. I feel like I have a lot of acne around here more and down here. But I felt like it did a decent job with covering all of that up. Hopefully it lives up to what it says and it stays all day. Using a brush. I have used this before, but with a beauty blender, or not a beauty blender, but just a beauty sponge. And I think it added too much coverage, but I think with the brush, I still have plenty left on my palette here, so I didn't use as much, but it seems pretty nice, so we'll just see how it goes. So far, so good. I'll just remember next time when I want to use this to use it with a brush instead of a sponge. So for my most expensive concealer, I have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is $27. I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Alright, so now that I have my concealer on, I really do love the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like it adds nice coverage, especially in the areas where there wasn't before. There was a spot on my nose I was having trouble with the foundation, but the concealer did a really good job at covering it. I feel like it helped to brighten, and it really made the foundation look a little lighter than what it was. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the face, and for the powder I have, excuse how dirty this looks, I use it all the time. It is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter in the shade Butter. This is a loose powder. This does retail for $32. Alright, so now that I have set my face, I really do love that powder. I highly recommend it. I feel like it smooths everything out. It doesn't make anything cakey. It's just a really good powder in general, and I highly recommend it. Now on to the bronzer. Now, some of these products, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Some of these products I did find at TJ Maxx, and I'll let you know when I get to it what I did find there. Just so that way you know, I will let you know what the price was is around what I found at TJ Maxx, but what the retail price is, because everyone knows who shops TJ Maxx. The products that are there, sometimes they filter out and they're not always going to be there, but you can find them on their retailers' websites. For instance, the bronzer that I'm going to be using is the Laura Geller. This is the Baked Body Frosting. If you did see my video on products that were first impressions that I've never used, this is actually, I had the Honey Glow one in there. This one, I also have the Tahitian Glow, which is the one I'm gonna use today. This does retail for $45, but I did pick this up at TJ Maxx, and probably for $5.99, $6.99 to be completely honest. Maybe at most $10.99. But I know that I have not seen this there in a very long time, so when I looked it up to find out the price, this was $45, which is the most expensive bronzer that I have. And when you open it up, you do get the puff, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So this is what we're going to go ahead and bronze with. Alright, so this is what it looks like with the bronzer on. I really do like this bronzer. I feel like it's not patchy, it's very smooth going on. Gives you that very sun-tanned glow. So overall, I think everything is blending really well together. I really like it so far. So going into the blush, the next item is the Laura Geller Soft Matte Baked Blush in the shade Cherry Bloom. This does retail for $24. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. So this blush is a very beautiful blush. It is very pigmented, so be very careful with using a heavy hand. As you can see, it's pretty dark. I went with a very light hand, and even when I brushed it up a little bit, more pigment came off. It is a really nice blush. Just be very careful with how heavy of a hand you use with it. Now onto the highlight, the best part. So for my highlight, the most expensive highlight that I have is the Jeffree Star Extreme Frost. I have the purple one that came in the Bloodlust collection, but I also bought this one when he first launched them. And it takes a minute to get this out. Got it. So this is what it looks like. And that is the name of it right there on the back, if you can see. And this does retail for $50. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on my cheek. It's kind of got like a blue reflect to it. So when he calls this an extreme frost, it is really extreme. That is so blinding. I normally wouldn't go in with that much of a heavy hand going out, but since we are home, it's perfectly okay. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Now we're moving on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. The only primer that I use is the P. Louise Eye Base, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime those off camera really quick. Alright, so for eyeshadow, the palette I'm going to be using today is the Lime Crime Venus XL, whatever those numbers mean. I'm not good with Roman numerals. I'm just gonna say it right there. I forgot to even Google what it was, but this is one of the Lime Crime palettes, the 18 pan palette. It does retail for $58, which makes it the most expensive palette I have in my collection. Most people that know me would think it would be a Jeffree Star palette because those retail about $52, but no, it is this one. And this is what the inside looks like. And right here, it's actually very neutral, earthy kind of tones is what it reminds me of. But I'm gonna go ahead and create a look with this. Alright, so I highly recommend this palette. I think it is worth the $58. The eyeshadows blend very, very well. I didn't have really any issue blending them. I feel like it was very quick and easy to do this look. The shimmers are very pigmented and they worked out really well. I love the inner corner one a lot. So if you get a chance to pick up this palette, I recommend it. I think it works really well. Now on to the brows, mascara, and eyeliner. I'm just going to kind of walk through what I'm going to use, and then I'm going to use them off camera, and then I'll let you know what I think, just because it's not really an exciting part that a whole lot of people like to watch. At least for me, I don't, so I'll do those off camera. So the first product up is going to be what I'll use as mascara, which is the Damn Girl Mascara. Sorry, mine is dirty. I use this constantly. This is $25 is what it retails for. And it does have a nice size wand. I'll go ahead and show you what that wand looks like. A very big wand. I love voluminous lashes, and I feel like this really helps to volumize them, so I'll go ahead and use that. And then the most expensive liquid eyeliner that I have in my collection is the Kat Von D Dagger Tattoo Liner. This retails for $21. The brows is the Billion Dollar Brows. This retails for $18. And then the bottom lash liner, which is actually kind of coincidental, is this Appeal Gel Liner. This retails for $21, and why this is coincidental is because it is a forest green color, which I think will really tie well with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply all of those, and I will be right back. All right, so now that the rest of my eyes are done, I love the Billion Dollar Brows brow pencil. I think it works really well. It makes my brows look really pretty and full. I love the Kat Von D liquid liner. I feel like it really makes a nice line on my top lashes. The bottom lashes, the Appeal Gel Liner, went on smoothly and is very pigmented. If you can see it, I don't know if you can. Very green and pigmented. It really helped tie in the whole look. And the mascara is very volumizing as well. If you can see, I hope you can. Is very volumizing as well. I love it. Now the next part is the lips. This is gonna get a little tricky because these are the 3 products I have. They're not all the same color either. So I wanted to pick out my most expensive lipstick, liquid lip, and lip gloss. The most expensive lipstick I own is this Marc Jacobs lipstick in the shade Jolly Molly, which is this hot pink color. This retails for $32. Then I have a Nars lip pigment in the shade Warm Leatherette. I believe this came in my BoxyCharm. This retails for $26. 26, is that right? Yes, 26. And then this red, hot red gloss in the shade Wonder by Nars, which retails for $24. I don't know how I'm going to I can make this combo into a nice ombre look. I don't know how red's gonna tie into it, but this is the challenge I set up for myself, so I'm going to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on now. Alright, so I think that the Nars is a very beautiful color and it dried down very fast, so it dried down completely. I was able to go in with the lipstick right after, which did add a nice lighter color to the center, but it didn't do a whole lot of lighting up, so it didn't make too much of an ombre effect. And then I went with this over top. I don't think it turned out bad. I don't think it made the color worse or anything. It just added like a gloss and blended in okay together. Is it a combination I'll use in the future? No. Do I think that it goes with this eye look? Not really. But that was the plan, was to stick to what was the most expensive in my collection, and I did. I pretty much like everything except for how the lips turned out. But the last product is going to be for setting my face, which is the setting mist, and I have the Anastasia Dewy Setting Mist. This retails for $26, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. Alright, so I do love the mister on this. This does look like the MAC, how it has this lid here. I think the mister is great. The smell is not overpowering. It's actually a nice light smell, and I think it gives a nice natural glow to my skin, nothing too crazy, so I really like that as well. But overall, I love everything that I used, and I loved it together. I think it worked really nice together, except for this lip. The individual products worked great. My lips aren't sticky from the gloss. The colors are beautiful. The drying down is really good. Doesn't take forever to dry down for the liquid lip. But I just don't like it with this look. I don't like how it all looks together with this lip. If I had like a nude lip, I think it'd be very gorgeous. I love the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow was top notch. I don't think there's any products that I used that I didn't like. Overall, everything was great. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'm also going to be doing a video using my least expensive makeup and makeup that I have forgotten about, so stay tuned to watch those. And I hope everyone is staying safe and having a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.